What's up guys, this is Mike, the Detroit Borg with a review of the new Roku 2XS, the second generation of the popular media streaming boxes for your home entertainment system. Now the Roku 2 series is available in three configurations, HD, XD, and XS. HD starts you off with video playback up to 720p, XD upgrades you up to 1080p, and XS adds gameplay via the enhanced Wii-style remote control, along with Angry Birds to try it out. We also get the Ethernet port and a USB port to play back music, video, and photos via attached storage. All Roku boxes have built-in wireless and are compatible with 802.11n wireless networks. I purchased the top-end XS model largely to get my hands on the enhanced gaming remote, which connects to the Roku via Bluetooth. However, all Roku boxes are compatible with the enhanced Bluetooth remote, so you can purchase this item separately at a later date if you want to add gaming. Now let's take a look to see what we have in our box. We have a little user manual. We have the Wii-style remote control, so this has an accelerometer in it, so you can use it with gaming, specifically Angry Birds in this case, which comes with this player. We get a hand strap for the remote control, and of course we have the Roku player. Wrapped in plastic, so let's peel this off. Now taking a look around the Roku, we have this nice shiny black plastic, which is a great fingerprint magnet. We also have a little LED indicator light. On this side we have a USB port for connecting an external media source, so for example we can connect a hard disk drive or a USB thumb drive. On the back we have an HDMI connector, we also have AV out, Ethernet port, power in, we have the reset button, and we have a micro SD slot. On this side we have this typical Roku fabric tag, and on the bottom we have this very sticky rubber foot. Now, just like the Roku box, the remote's also made of that shiny black plastic with this matte black plastic on the back. Now the Roku remote serves two purposes. It's both a media remote, so you can use it vertically for controlling the on-screen menu system, or you can use it for your gaming function. So we have the A-B buttons positioned horizontally along with your D-pad. Now let's see what else is in the box. So in the box we have some standard AV analog cables. We're not going to use this, we're going to use HDMI. We also have the power supply, and we have some batteries. Now clearly the new Roku 2 was inspired by the design of the new Apple TV, although the Roku is even smaller and lighter. Both devices are made out of semi-translucent black plastic with their logos embossed on the top and feature white LED indicators on the front. But the Apple TV is much more elegant with a unibody design and feels more solid with higher quality materials. Looking closely at the comparison, we can see that both devices include an Ethernet port, an HDMI connector, and a power supply. The Apple TV also contains an optical audio output, while the Roku offers a composite AV connector. The Roku also includes a standard USB connector, while the Apple TV uses a micro USB port. Now the USB port on the Apple TV is only there to allow a user to connect it to iTunes to restore the software, while the USB port on the Roku is there to attach media. The Roku also includes a micro SD card slot to expand storage, while the Apple TV does not, thanks largely to the fact that it already includes 8 gigs of internal storage. Now another big difference between the Roku and the Apple TV is the fact that the Apple TV has this very nice high quality and solid feeling aluminum remote. However, the Apple TV still uses infrared, while the gaming remote on the Roku uses Bluetooth, which is quite nice, so you don't need line of sight for this to work. So in theory, you could really hide this Roku player in an invisible location and still be able to operate it. Now when you first connect and power up your Roku, the first order of business is to connect it to the internet so that it can automatically download and update the software. Once the update is complete, the Roku will restart and bring you straight to the setup screen where you can configure your monitor settings. In this case, I'm going to choose 1080p. Next up, the Roku will direct you to register your Roku account with this device. If you don't have an existing Roku account, you will have to take care of this at Roku.com. The Roku account is free, but they do ask for a credit card so you can purchase paid apps. You can also manage the apps associated with your Roku account on the website, so they will automatically download when you sign into your new device. Existing Roku customers simply need to log in and their apps will automatically transfer. The Roku interface is very simple. All icons are arranged in a single row with your system critical icons on the left, followed by all your apps. The first item on the left is your settings pane, which is where you can adjust your network settings, display type, audio mode, sound effects, pair your gaming remote, select a screensaver, set your clock preference, check for software updates, and perform a factory reset. Next up is the channel store, which is where you can buy additional channels and apps. Everything is categorized for easy navigation, which is important because there is no search function. Most apps are free while a handful cost money. Adding channels is very easy. You just select the channel and choose add. The Roku channel universe is one of the most extensive available, including some of the most popular services like Netflix, Amazon, Vimeo, Hulu Plus, Revision 3, CNET, and much more. We also have music stations like Pandora and RDIO. Surprisingly, services like Vudu and YouTube are not among the available channels at this time. And of course, iTunes is not included. The Roku also has some additional apps for photos, weather, Facebook, and more. The weather app is pretty neat. Here we can check the local weather conditions, forecasts, weather maps, webcams, and more. The Facebook app simply allows you to browse photos and videos you've uploaded or have been posted by others in your newsfeed. Now, the standout feature of the Roku box is its gaming features. The remote works very similarly to Nintendo's Wii remote, which can track the remote's movement in space. In the case of Angry Birds, you wave the remote around to navigate the menus. To control the game, hold the OK button and use the remote in the air to set your angle, releasing the OK button to launch. It works surprisingly well, but certainly isn't as easy or as accurate as playing Angry Birds on your iPad. Now, each app has its own user interface, which is dictated by the content provider. For example, if we look at the Netflix app, we can see that the user interface is very different than the one used for Amazon. Overall video performance and playback is decent and fairly consistent with the other media boxes like the Apple TV. Now, accessing media from your USB device is also pretty easy, but you do need to download the USB Media app from the App Store. Now, I'm a little surprised this wasn't included with the initial setup and configuration of this XS model. In any case, the app will automatically index the content on the attached storage, no foldering necessary. The Roku automatically separates your compatible content into music, video, or photos. Music playback works surprisingly well with the metadata and album art included. Photos work the same, complete with a slideshow. Now, I had more trouble with video because I don't have any compatible media files, which is going to be an issue for most people who wish to use this feature since so few files are compatible with the current software. So how does the Roku compare to the Apple TV? Well, the XS model is priced just like the Apple TV, but can be had much more cheaply if you're willing to give up a few non-critical hardware features. The Roku box certainly has a wider selection of media channels and outlets and can play back video in resolutions up to 1080p. The Apple TV is limited to 720p playback and has a much smaller selection of services. However, the Apple TV includes very popular services like iTunes and YouTube, which Roku doesn't have. Not to mention, the Apple TV also includes Netflix. Now, unlike the Apple TV, the Roku box can also play back attached media, supporting a wider variety of formats which Apple doesn't. However, the Apple TV can access the iTunes libraries of network computers wirelessly, while the Roku has no local network capabilities. The Roku also lacks any mobile remote control app, while the Apple TV can be controlled with an iPhone, iPad, or iPod Touch. Mobile iOS devices can also use AirPlay to broadcast audio and video directly to the Apple TV from the iOS device. The Roku box is also very slow to start up, taking a full minute to reboot, while the Apple TV is ready instantly. I've also had significant connectivity issues on the Roku box, which may be solved with future software updates. Now, the Roku 2 does beat the Apple TV when it comes to free content. While the Apple TV does offer YouTube, Roku makes up for this with a wide variety of channels which serve free original content, film, and TV. Roku also offers some live streaming channels like Fox News, but this is usually restricted to certain events and times of the day. But what about the gaming aspects of the Roku box? Ultimately, I think it's a neat gimmick that sells the Roku box, but doesn't really add long-term value. With very few interesting games outside of Angry Birds, the Roku box probably isn't your next gaming console. Alrighty, that's it for me, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.